Playing God is the worst part of our job here, I personally believe.
We're going to introduce you Dakika and Jingle and tell you a little bit about their story. The reason she came to us is because she stopped being able to make babies. She's been used to make babies, babies breed and breed and breed.
I think ever since Jingle's arrived, she's just been stuck to Dakika's side.
And it's so beautiful when you see two souls connect like that.
However, they have started to deteriorate. So we have made a decision we have never made before, and they're going to leave this world loved, happy, comfortable, and on top of their game.
Sorry, Dakika.
Welcome back, Finca family, to this week's episode. And unfortunately, this week's episode is not going to be full of laughs and cheer like normal. You know, the whole story isn't sad, it's just emotional, but it's the reality. And that's what we brought this channel to you for, is to show you the reality of what it's like in an animal sanctuary. And this is what this video is going to be about. We're going to introduce you Dakika and Jingle and tell you a little bit about their story.
She loves a groom and a pamper. Dakika, she is around 34, 35 years old, we believe.
Originally she came from Africa, and then she went to Belgium, then she went back to Africa, and then she came to Tenerife.
This horse has seen more of life than I have, to be honest.
The reason she came to us is because she stopped being able to make babies. She's been used to make babies, babies breed and breed and breed. She's a purebred Arab and apparently made beautiful babies, which is a curse for her because that's been her whole entire life. She's been ridden and raced and produced babies until she was no longer worthy of food. That's when she came to us. She rescued Dakika first, and shortly after Jingle came, and within moments they were absolutely in love. They're absolutely inseparable, and it's been amazing watching their bond. Jingle, we don't know as much about her history. We know that she was just used as a riding horse until she got old, that she was considered, you know, worthless. And this is unfortunately a really common story that we have here. And they were skin and bone when they arrived, but they gained the strength and you know, they felt good and they were so happy and so strong, especially Dakika. She's lost even more weight than Jingle, but actually, amazingly, she's the stronger one out of the two. Dakika's the one who's got the energy to go and loved running around. And I remember as she arrived, just absolute skin and bone, and she pulled me down the ramp when she saw the animals, this tiny little frail horse dragging you around, because she's, you know, so enthusiastic and so much energy.
Bless her. I really love this horse. She's awesome. So we're gonna take them for a lovely little walk. I've got my helper Blue, and we're gonna take them and let them enjoy some of the grass that we've had from the rains, and yeah, I'll show you what she's like in her mental state, because so far I've shown you the body, but it's really the mind that's the powerful tool here. You're with your girlfriend. Good girl. I love to give them to the beginners. They'll always be super nice, but like Dakika, she has this little thing with her back legs, and she's like tick-tock, and she kicks out the back legs. So it's great for beginners because she's never trying to hurt you, but she's got a little something that you've got to watch out for and learn about. And Jingle is the same. She's great with beginners, but if you take her too far away from Dakika, she's gonna run. Dakika is the most enthusiastic out of our horses. You can see she puts miles between her and Jingle. But Jingle, she just likes to take her time, enjoy the view, and who can blame her? And yeah, she's just so mentally strong, which is quite common for some of our horses, I'd say. They're more difficult pests, give them a really strong mind for their bright futures. Hey. Good girlie.
And they've had a good few years of happiness. They've really enjoyed their time going out for walks with the volunteers. They've been around the village, they've been out and about, and they love it. They go out and roll in the dust, and they've been really happy, and they've had a good, happy few years.
They are just the coolest of old ladies enjoying their lives together. They're just like, oh, this is retirement. I think ever since Jingle's arrived, she's just been stuck to Dakika's side, and they really are like the two old ladies who would sit at the table together with a cup of tea and a piece of cake, you know, talking, gossiping about life, and just enjoying their older golden years, really, which is what a lot of this place is about.
I just, all I know and all is what I've seen with my own eyes, and it's just indescribable amounts of love between these two. I mean, you'll see in the footage, I hope, just the constant companionship, and it melts my heart, it really does.
It's always about letting them live out their best years. And I truly, truly believe that these two have managed to do that together.
And it's so beautiful when you see two souls connect like that and just understand and on a deeper level than speaking and acting. It's like they just knew. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay. Oh, it just looks disgusting with all these flies. We want it to be nice.
However, you can see. I mean, you can see by looking at them, they don't look good. They have started to deteriorate. And we knew decisions like this were coming.
Like, one of our reasons that we feel like Dakika's been going downhill is she's making hay balls. So she takes in the hay and she chews, and she's really trying to get the energy in there, and she's really trying to feed herself. But unfortunately, from the lack of teeth with her old age, it's just falling straight back out, and she can't take in enough hay to support her system. We wanted to get her teeth done, but there's no teeth to fix, really. That's the problem. She gets 4 hard feeds a day, so we really try. As much hay as she wants to eat, 4 hard feeds. We give her everything that we can to help her help herself, but unfortunately, yeah, it just maybe isn't enough anymore. Dakika has a skin fungus at the moment. It's something that we naturally treat with apple cider vinegar, but unfortunately, just because of her age, her skin can't regenerate or fight off these problems as easily as it once could. But still, we try. God loves a trier. That was another thing. It took them a very long time to drop their fur this year, which is obviously a sign when they're getting a bit older, they struggle to lose the fur. And now, I mean, Dakika's struggling to have hair, which is not a good sign at all. But you're still beautiful. You're still beautiful.
The hardest decision is knowing the right time for them.
Usually she's very forward and active. It's one of the reasons that we were hesitant to come to the decision, because she's so lively and alive.
And we always say that we want to make this decision to let them go at the top of their game. You know, when they're happy, when they're dignified, we want to let them go comfortably, happily, loved, feeling good. And we really believe that this is the right time.
But yeah, usually she's a lot more boom, boom, boom. Today, maybe not.
And we've been monitoring very closely with the vets, the volunteers, the external volunteers, everyone who knows them very well, waiting for the signs. And Dakika gave us this sign first. However, Jingle was the one who was deteriorating slightly quicker, if you like. She's the one who's got more stiffness in her legs and more a bit uncomfortable. Yes, she's got a bit more weight to her, but she's actually a bit slowed down a bit quicker. So another hard decision was like, what do we do? Do we separate them? Do we let Dakika go first? But actually we have come to the very, very difficult decision that we think the very best for them is to let them go together. We've made the decision that Dakika's time has come, but Jingle would have absolutely no quality of life. She's already struggling to walk. She's already feeling stiff and uncomfortable, but losing her best friend, her companion since years, and you know, they are inseparable. So we have made a decision we have never made before. I've never thought I would have to make this decision, but we really believe that it's best for sending these two lovely ladies over the Rainbow Bridge together so that they can stay together. They found each other, they came here, they found this place, they found each other, that connection, and they can stay together. You know, I don't want to add any more suffering to their life. It's time. We want them to leave.
I remember when I used to walk them together, Jingle would be free and you would just turn around and she would be stood on top of a tabaiba bush, these bushes that we have growing everywhere, and she would like move backwards and forwards to itch her belly off the tabaiba bush. And then she would notice you got far and away with Dakika and she would just gallop up to you like, no, my girlfriend. I love her little ears, the way her little ears go. It's such like a little Arabian thing, like. When we used to leave them go free in the round pen, you know, we don't chase them or anything, but they just gallop around together. And Dakika, because of her breed as an Arabian, she holds her tail super high and it's so impressive. And her tail is like this beautiful banner flag thing just flowing behind her. She's galloping around. I'd seen Jingle gallop a couple times just to meet Dakika, but I had never seen Dakika do it before until that moment. And I remember just sitting there like, wow, you know?
Hi, I'm Jacob, and I've been a volunteer here at Tenerife Horse Rescue for over a year now. I originally came here as the mechanic, and then I slowly worked my way up to learning and working with horses, and I spent a lot of time with Dakika, because originally when I got here she was what I like to call a top paddock girl. Every morning when I would go to work, I'd have to go through the paddock to get to the garage, and she was always in there. And before I came here I had a very different mentality on horses, and thanks to this girl she completely changed the stigmatism, the beliefs, the understanding that I have on horses. She's, my goodness, she's the first horse that interacted with me, rubbed her head on me, hugged me, first horse I walked, first horse I cleaned the front feet of, because sadly we can't do her backs, but so yeah, she's my baby and I love her dearly, and she would give me a hug if she wasn't eating. I promise you. Yeah, baby.
Oh, and Dakika taught my dog how to be with horses. Now sometimes he'll even drop a tennis ball at horses' feet and he'll expect her to play ball with him. So yeah, she's even friends with the dogs. Hey, I have a story about Christmas Day too. On Christmas Day, we got together with the finca and we took every horse that we could. You know, people brought dogs, people brought horses, and I just remember that day so clearly, like getting the whole finca together, and these two were a really big part of that. A lot of the people who have never walked horses before can just pick up their lead rope and, you know, they don't need the experience. The girls are going to teach them how anyway. But that was a beautiful day on Christmas.
Hello, Dakika. Dakika meant like good vibes, good energy, you know, like she's the first horse I ever stepped on me, first horse that I ever did something with, and the only horse that I can feel comfortable going around like her back or whatever. I'm comfortable with food because she's not aggressive.
Do you have like a favorite memory, or can you remember of something that you used to like to do, or?
Probably just when we used to go eat grass. Mostly because it would be so cute. You could literally walk them around the garden and only have to keep on the ropes, so the Jingle would just follow.
But that's been such a pleasure of my time here, is just letting these girlies live out the rest of their golden years in the ways that they want to. And they tell us how they want to, so it's not so difficult for us to follow. We've just got to keep them together and, well, fed, groomed and walked. Walking especially for this one, together especially for Jingle.
I'm afraid this video is brought to you not with a happy story, but you can look at the happiness. They came to us and they lived out their twilight years together. They found each other, they found this place, they fell in love, they've been happy, they've felt happiness, and they're gonna leave this world loved, happy, comfortable, and on top of their game. They may not look like they're on top of their game, but I assure you they've probably had the best time of their life in the last few years, and that's all we can say.
Yeah, it means a lot to me because she's an old horse and she deserves the world, and since she got here we tried our best to give her the world, and we think we gave her one of the best lives that she had, but it's just beautiful to see, to have grown such a loving bond with her, and to see her grow another loving bond with a horse, and I can happily say that she has lived one of the best lives on this finca of any of the horses.
She's such a good horse, my goodness. An awesome friend.
And, you know, it is what it is. This is the reality of owning an animal sanctuary. We have to make these decisions. I'm sure there are going to be people that disagree with us and think we should have done it before. Maybe they're thinking we've kept it too late because they look so bad, but we know them. We know that they're happy. We know that they love going out for their roll and their run. We know that they love their mushy food and their carrots and their cuddles. We know them so well because we're with them all day, every day. And yeah, maybe we make mistakes here and there, I don't know, but we just do the best we can, and we really believe that we've made the right decision. We've questioned it for so long, and now is the time where we have to say goodbye to them and let them go peacefully and happily together. It's never going to be easy. It's never going to be a simple answer. Like, you know, I wish they could say, you know, Emma, my time is done, but they can't. We just have to get to know them, listen to them, and look at them and monitor them. And that's what's amazing about these volunteers here. They're with them all day, every day. They know them so well. And between us, that's where we are now. So thank you to everyone who's watched us, supported them, sponsored them. You've made them have those years of happiness, and without all of you, we couldn't do this and we couldn't make decisions like this. So we don't have an exact date yet. We don't know exactly, but within the next weeks, that's where we're going to go with Dakika and Jingle. So thank you very much for watching this painful, sad video, but please look at the happiness. And as always, thank you for watching. Comment below your thoughts, give us the love to Dakika and Jingle, and follow us on the next video and you can see the end of their story, and we'll show you some more things about the other animals and what we're doing. So thank you so much for watching, and see you next week.